How do you deal with deep disappointment? Disappointment that you can't explain and just you don't feel like you can sustain. You're disappointed in life. In Psalm 13, David gives very honest and open answers on dealing with deep disappointment. He starts off and asking different questions, but similar questions, for how long questions. He says, first, how long will I be forgotten, God? Then he says, how long will I lose your favor, God? How long will I be frustrated wrestling with my own thoughts? Finally, David says, how long will people attack me and overtake me? Will I have enemies? He deals with these four real feelings of disappointment with God and delays from God, not dealing with those frustrations, those feelings of enemies, those feelings of loss of favor, and even being forgotten. So he teaches us how to deal with deep disappointment. First, he shows us to be honest with God, dangerously honest with God, just telling him the absolute truth. God can handle it. He's not offended. He's not hurt. Even when Job was honest with God, God responded, but he said, in all this, he sinned not. David was a man after God's own heart, and he was absolutely direct and honest with God, with his feelings, not necessarily the facts, but just, this is how I feel, God. So he teaches us when we're really disappointed to be absolutely honest with God. You don't have to use church language. In fact, whatever language you use, God can handle it. First, be honest. But then he goes on in Psalm 13 to say, after acknowledging feeling forgotten, after acknowledging his frustration, after acknowledging his loss of favor, after acknowledging his enemies or his foes, his frustration, all this, he says, but I will trust in your unfailing love. He says, no matter what I feel, I know God loves me. No matter what I'm going through, I know God loves me. No matter what's happening, I know God loves me. You should know this too. No matter what you're going through, God loves you. No matter what you're facing, God loves you. No matter what the situation is, like Job, but like Joseph, like David, like Daniel in the lion den, God loves you. And that can get you through your deepest disappointments. God bless.